morning. Happy Sunday, everyone. I am fully expecting very quiet stream, and that's totally okay. Some good football yesterday. I know this is a basketball stream, but well, actually, maybe not the greatest football, but it was good to see some playoff football yesterday. Texans take care of business. Ravens take care of business. Those Steelers were always gonna fucking lose early. Russell Wilson, man, I'm a Broncos fan. I have that firsthand experience. He went on a little run for a little bit, but yeah. Anyways, this is a basketball betting podcast. So yesterday I went 2-0 on the free plays. Collier, shout out to Maso, got home pretty easily. Bro, his assists are so cheeky. Like, it's actually pretty crazy. But yeah, he did get 8 assists, and then quickly was it, honestly, like, don't mean to like toot my own horn here, but that was a pretty good read because he shot 7 for 20, and he still like cashed with ease. I think he had 25 points, so went like a full 8 points over Barrett and Barnes. I think, guys, that might really be a good trend moving forward. Like, you see the Raptors going up against a drop coverage team who like defends the paint well but allows a lot of pull-ups, dude. I mean, that's just like the Quickly show because he's the only one who can like beat it on the team. And it's like it's perfect because RJ and Scotty kind of have a similar scoring style, and they're both like reliant on getting to the cup to score. They're not great pull-up shooters. So yeah, that might be a Quickly system play moving forward, not gonna lie, especially if they keep on hanging like 16 and a halves. So hopefully, I think we got kind of lucky with getting some nice buy low spots coming off of games where it was RJ and Scotty games. So that's just something to keep forward because that was sweet. Also, I did add 2 plays. Oh my gosh, I thought for sure we were gonna sweep. I added Ryan Dunn over 7.5 points before tip. The line dropped to 7.5 everywhere. And yeah, against the Jazz, it was just he got some easy transition buckets. He had a catch and shoot 3. I think he took like 8 shots and 2 free throws. So for a 7.5 line, it's great volume. We'll take it. Then I added Asar Thompson over 4.5 rebounds. Once I saw that he was starting, I'm like, dude, it's Asar Thompson to get 5 rebounds as a starter. And he had 4 very early in the game. I think it was like early in the second quarter, and he didn't get 1 the rest of the game. He didn't really play as much as I thought. He only played like 20 minutes or so. So not really the best read. But yeah, so we went 3-1 yesterday. We'll take it. Not terrible. We got a couple comments going. Let's see. Tyler, how we doing? I'm doing pretty good. Feeling good on this Sunday. Got some coffee in me. Do you guys drink coffee? And if you do you guys just drink it black? Because I've been like a big black coffee guy for the past maybe 4 or 5 years. And honestly, I absolutely love this shit. It just makes you feel so good in the morning. See, okay, so Tyler, you already got some plays, some leans. Perfect. It's sweet. I'll definitely get over those in a little bit. Yeah, guys, so just get some comments going. If you're watching on YouTube, I really do appreciate it if you were to like and subscribe. It does go a long way in helping me out. If you appreciate the content, if you find the content valuable, yeah, if you guys are on YouTube, I would greatly appreciate if you guys could leave a like and comment and subscribe. It does go a long way. And like I said, Tommaso yesterday, he put me on with a play. It was a winner too, which is awesome on top of it, but that's not even like the important part. He commented a play, I ended up playing it, and I gave him free Discord for life. So if you guys do want that, it's just leave a comment and drop a play, like whether it's a play that you're on, it's a lean, or just like a play you want, output on, or input on. So yeah, make sure you guys are using the comment section. Breakout, I appreciate it. You dropping a comment. Yeah. I agree, man. I agree 100%. I'll get to that and we can break that down in a little bit, but yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from, man. That one was shitty as hell. Okay, we're up to 92, 94 people. 97, sweet. We're filling up. People are actually, a little bit interested in NBA on a NFL football, playoff football Sunday. So we'll take that. I do have 3 plays for the day, and we officially hit the century mark, so I'm about to start getting into those. Do have 3 plays. Let's get that screen share going. Sweet. All right. So I got 2 assist props, 1 point prop. Definitely have some leans and some stuff I do wanna talk about, like whether the players are gonna be in or out. So, yeah, got some of that stuff that I will get over to after my official plays, but let's start off with the first official play, go to Brooklyn, Utah. Ben Simmons, I took him over 7.5 assists. Looks like the line I got -109 at Caesars. The line I got did move a little bit. So Caesars now has it at -125. FanDuel had it 8 plus. So they're over 7.5 is -135. Guys, always check like the plus market. So obviously on DraftKings and FanDuel especially, they usually have a little bit of a cheaper price because those lines just tend to move a little bit slower. But yeah, guys, I'd probably play this to -130. Like I said, I bet there's an 8 plus at FanDuel for cheaper than -135. And then, yeah, so I play this like around to -130. So there's still a fair bit of lines that have this. So yeah, let's take out Cam Thomas, Dennis Schroeder, D'Angelo Russell, like the 3 guys who would take away the ball being in his hands. Yeah, so just he's over in 5 out of 7 games. He has his misses were at 7 assists, both of them. So yeah, 7 plus assists in all 7 games without these guys. They same setup against Utah. He had 10 assists, 19 potentials. And the reason why I like this bet the most is because if we actually go down to this, click on Ben's points. I mean, we all know this. Like if you watch the NBA, you know that Ben, he's not a half court player. He's a transition player. Jazz are the worst transition defense. Obviously, like Ben will score like a bucket or 2 in transition every once in a while. But like we know Ben Simmons. He's looking to pass the ball at all times. But he is like a really, really good transition passer. So yeah, Jazz worst transition defense. If we go to on the season, just straight up, they are allowing the they are allowing the 5th most assists. And then if we go to NBA opponent stats, NBA opponent stats, we can filter it to last 15 games. Opponent assists. Yep. So Jazz are allowing the 3rd most assists over the last 3 games as well. So yeah, Jazz are just a great matchup. They're a bad defense. They allow a ton of assists, really bad in transition. So I think that this is kind of just like a perfect matchup for Ben. He did only play 22 minutes last game. I think he did lose a couple to blowout. But the Nets just have like absolutely no one. I know Ben did miss a couple games. Let's just go to this leading up to this. So yeah, maybe he was a little bit limited to start. I think he's back up to like that 26-minute mark, 28-minute mark or so here. So yeah, Ben over 7.5 assists. I think he could easily get 10. Maybe he gets a double-double. It's hard to trust him to get 10 points. But yeah, just I think this is like a perfect matchup for Ben's play style, right? Team that just like allows a ton of catch and shoot threes, a ton of transition buckets, most transition buckets actually. And yeah, he'll have the ball in his hands a ton without a true point guard there, as you can see here. No Cam Thomas, who just ISOs a lot. Cam Johnson, I kind of wish he was in, but that's okay. No D'Lo, and then obviously no Dennis Schroeder, who's not on the team anymore. So yeah, they really don't have even no Shake Milton, who can do a little bit on the ball. So yeah, love Ben over 7.5 assists here. Like I said, he's had 7 or more in every single game without D'Lo, without Schroeder, and then without Cam Thomas. And we're just asking for that 8th assist, and you know the Jazz just allow a ton of assists and play to Ben's strengths. All right, so that's the first play. Next play, going to an under assist prop. I hope this one didn't move because I did play this, and these unders kind of move quick. So this is Halliburton under 9.5 assists. I only risked 1.3 units, so I'm a risk to win better, which means that typically, it's like -140. I'm risking 1.4 units. And to be honest, I just don't like laying more juice than -130. So I'm just risking 1.3 units. I believe it was to win $93, so 0.93 units. And yeah, let's go to Indy and Cleveland. Tyrese Halliburton. Where is Hallie? Oh, there we are. Okay, so it's at 8.5 at DraftKings. Oh crap. Damn. So this line did move everywhere. So that sucks. Except for FanDuel. So it's -147 at FanDuel. and or Bet Rivers, I guess, if you can get down on that. What's rebounds and assists? 12.5. Okay, so that's damn. Okay, so this kind of sucks. Is there plus money at least? Okay, so there is plus money. You know what? I'd play this for a quarter unit, or not a quarter unit, a half unit at plus money. Like yeah, so if you can get 8.5 for plus money, I like that as well. But obviously, guys, if you have FanDuel, which is like the easiest book to get down on, so you guys should have FanDuel, obviously, or Bet Rivers, I guess. I'm totally cool. Like I said, I would play this down to minus 160, but looks like it moved at a couple places. But anyways, so reasoning behind this, and it's actually let's go to Miles Turner points, because this is kind of the main reasoning behind it. If you not saying that like he needs Miles Turner, but just in general, the Cavs allow the fewest points per game to the pick and roll man. So obviously, if you're like a pick and roll dominant point guard, which Halliburton is, like a good chunk of your assists are going to be coming out of the pick and roll, like hitting the pick and roll man, right? So yeah, I mean they allow the fewest points per game there, which is like really bad for Hallie's assists, because if you can go down to his points as well, I mean you can just see like how reliant he is on the pick and roll. Like that's how he does most of his scoring. That's what most of his actions are. It's a pick and roll. So really bad matchup for him to feed the pick and roll man, whether that's Miles Turner or Pascal Siakam or literally anyone. So and then also if we go to here, we go to Siakam, Mathurin, Turner, and Nembhard. Just make the starting lineup available. Yeah, even at 8.5, guys. I mean, he's under in 14 out of 22 games, but if you go to like 9.5, still 14 out of 22 games. So I guess he hasn't ended on 9 with this group. So yeah, low hit rate for sure. And then if we go to opponents' assists allowed, Cavs allow the 10th fewest on the year. I believe it's 8th fewest over the last 15 games. And just like the Cavs defensive scheme taking away the roll man, it's like a really bad matchup. So just bottom half of the league in assists allowed, under a 9 out of 11. And like I said, it's the same hit rates applied to the 8.5 line. Yeah, where's this? So FanDuel just got really juiced too. Like I said, I would still play this down to minus 160. But like the 8.5's completely fine at the plus money. Yeah, under a 9 out of 11, averaging only 7.3 assists per game. So I think this is like sneakily a really, really bad matchup for Halliburton, just given that how they rank against pick and roll man. And yeah, just look at the hit rate. Nembhard makes a big difference because he's been taking up a fair bit of usage, and this is how he fares against teams that are above average in just overall assists allowed. And obviously, the Cavs are definitely above average in assists allowed. So yeah, I think this is a pretty brutal matchup for Halliburton. Hit rates are pretty good. Maybe the line's kind of just giving him like credit from last year and stuff, but it's kind of been a different story this year. So yeah, I think there's a lot to like about Halliburton. And like I said, I would play this juice on 9.5, just only risk 1.3 units. But yeah, the 8.5 at plus money, like like this graph would say that the 8.5 at plus money is a very good bet as well. So that is my second play, Tyrese Halliburton under 8.5 assists. All right, let's go to the next one. This one's a little bit of a weird one, but we're going to the Wizards points. Jonas Valanciunas over 9.5 points. If you guys remember against OKC last year, this dude, like on a per minute basis, so he got benched last year a few times against OKC because he really can't defend against them well, and like that Pelicans team was obviously like trying to win games and stuff, right? But I mean, 19 points in 21 minutes, 14 points in 20 minutes, 6 and 11, 13 in 29, 19 and 23, 7 and 12, and then 19 in 26 minutes. So this OKC team. I get that they have Hartenstein, but they're just like a very small team in general. And also Jonas comes off the bench, so a lot of his minutes will be against like the Jalen Williams, Kendrick Williams led bench. And if we go down here to this year, so he had 12 points at 29 minutes. He didn't shoot the ball great. But if we go to with Alex Sarr, because that definitely matters. Yeah, so he's averaging 11.2 points per game when he's coming off the bench for Sarr. He's over in 17 out of 32. We go down here, post up, 28th. OKC, like I said, they're just a small team. They don't really have bigs. They don't really double in the post either. They'll just kind of like let you do your thing. So they do a lot of third most points per game to post ups. Second most points per game to putbacks. they do foul a fair bit. So yeah, it's like Jonas, he's just like gonna impose his will on them, and they'll have to wrap him up sometimes if he gets too deep, or they just kind of conceive the bucket to him. But yeah, guys, when I just like think about this, like Jonas like really is pretty unguardable, which is like weird to say about a bench player for the Wizards, but he's just like big as shit and very hard to contain down low. And against a team like OKC, who does have the personnel to really make it tough on everyone else, I could see them just going to Jonas and giving him some post touches to get the the Wizards going on offense and stuff, because he really is pretty unguardable in the post, especially for this OKC team that really lacks size and strength. And my bad, I should have had this up here. But yeah, Jonas Valanciunas over 9.5 points. I just think it's a really good matchup for him against OKC, given the lack of size they have. Tyler, I appreciate it. Yeah, that Jonas Valanciunas plays sneaky. I agree. It's it's like it's a bench player in the Wizards, right? You don't really think about betting bench players on the Wizards much, but I saw that, and yeah. Kai said for the Halliburton play, McConnell and Nembhard takeaway facilitating. Yeah, agreed, 100%. I think most of Halliburton's minutes are overlapped with at least like one of them on the court for the most part, especially Nembhard, given he's starting. And yeah, Nembhard gets more on-ball usage than people think about. So yeah, I agree with that, Kai. Okay, so let's get into some of the questions. Tyler said Dame over points and rebounds, Josh Hart over rebounds and assists, Giannis rebounds. Sweet, let's go to that Knicks game. I was looking at the lines last night, guys, and this is just kind of like an example of like how openers have so much, like they're so bad of lines. Obviously, you don't want to be betting openers a ton on accounts that you care about, because you will get limited pretty fast by just like beating the line. But if you do bet openers, you're going to get ridiculous values. This cat line was like minus 120 for over 1.5 threes against a drop coverage big like Brook Lopez. And then you just like look at a season-long hit rate anyways. It's like ridiculous. So there was some crazy good value on Cat over 1.5 threes on his openers. It was terrible line. And I don't know what the hell the books were thinking. But anyways, Dame over points and rebounds. So the Knicks are a drop coverage team for the most part. They allow the most points per game to pick and roll ball handlers. They also do allow the fewest in isolation and the fewest in free throws. So I'd say it's like a slightly above average matchup. Dame will probably get Giannis, or not Giannis, Mikal as his primary defender. See, against the Knicks this year, they lost by 22. Pretty normal shooting variance, to be honest. Stayed under by a fair bit. And I guess he was like a three away. We could filter this out by play type and like filter out the teams that are tough against the pick and roll. Yeah, and then his hit rate gets a whole lot better when you filter out the teams that are tough against pick and roll. So yeah, I think that Dame makes a fair bit of sense for sure. 23.5 is like really not a big ask for Dame. And he's been crushing this line recently, especially. It is in the Garden. I guess, yeah, this game, I would think it's close. Knicks are always capable of blowing out a team in the Garden. But, yeah, I guess you can't really argue with the hit rates. Knicks do play drop coverage with Cat. Are they going to play drop against Dame? Drop against Dame is like a really, really, really fucking dumb idea, to be completely honest with you. So, but I guess they're more likely than not to, given that they do allow the most points per game there. So, yeah, I think Dame stuff for sure makes sense. Dame and then Josh Hart over rebounds. So, Josh Hart over rebounds 9.5. I mean, dude, he's just been absolutely crushing this line. Yeah, I mean, 11 plus, and what's this little run he's been on? Yeah, last 10 games, over in 11 plus in last 9 out of 10 games. You are getting, and there's some 8.5s. Wow, is that the opener? So you can get some pretty good prices on this as well. What's his rebounds and assists at? 15.5. Oh wow, this 14.5. I guess he had a bad assist game, but yeah, I kind of do like Josh's assist too, just given that the Bucks aren't a great transition defense. And like I think the Bucks, if you go here, the Bucks last 15 games are actually allowing the most catch and shoot field goals. So transition, hitting open shooters. I think that's a pretty good recipe for Josh to get a fair bit of assists. So I think rebounds and assists, especially like this 14.5 number where like I think that Josh's points are kind of a bad bet here because the Bucks are allowing like the second fewest points in the paint now. Josh obviously does most of his stuff in the paint. So yeah, I think he could maybe pick up the slack with like assists a little bit. And then 14.5, I guess the hit rate's not quite as pretty. But yeah, I mean he's been averaging 18.5 rebounds and assists over this little stretch. Bucks assists, sorry, 6 fewest. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk you off that. And if you like think about the matchups too, it's gonna be like I would think it would be OG on Giannis, and then Cat on Brooks. So he might be a little bit spaced out. And then Macau on Dame. So Josh should probably guard like Taurean Prince or Andre Jackson or whoever's starting. He's just gonna be on. He is on like a low usage corner camper most of the time. But yeah, I think that Josh stuff does make sense as well here. And then Giannis rebounds. I don't really like Giannis rebounds a ton, even though he probably does guard Josh Hart. Thing is, Josh Hart will like go in and contest rebounds, and also like the Knicks. Let's see, the Knicks do allow like the fewest rebounds on the year. So yeah, Giannis does have, a fair hit rate. He's only averaging 12.1. I don't think there's much edge on I guess that's with Dame, which Dame does not matter for his rebounds. Yeah, he's still only averaging 12.1 rebounds, slightly above average hit rate, but I think the matchup's pretty bad. Just the Knicks are a really good rebounding team. Yeah, they allow like the fewest. We can even go to like last 15. What is this? Last 15 games, opponent rebounds. The Knicks, second fewest. So I wouldn't play that Giannis over. I think it's a fairly set line. Yeah, Breakout said, so yeah, we played Mark Williams PR. One thing I did notice, so Mark Williams actually gets a lot of potential assists on dribble handoffs. Have the Hornets? I feel like the Hornets haven't played in a while. They played, look at Plumlee, man. He's wearing his Pistons jersey from a while ago. Yeah, so they haven't played since they played the Suns. Mark Williams had 3 assists. Potentials don't get registered. Handoffs don't really get registered as potentials. So I would actually like PRA. I guess that's the only place that it's up at. So for some reason, books don't really have Hornets Suns props out. But yeah, I mean, this was like bullshit, dude. Like Mark Williams, I mean, he ended at 19. He shot 2 for 7, and he only played 22 minutes due to Nick Richards turning into fucking prime Hakeem Olajuwon. It was ridiculous. Yeah, this is a great bet, dude. This is a really great bet. And like the Cavs are like such a terrible matchup for because like they don't allow shit to like the pick and roll, man. And Suns do play drop, which can kind of take away stuff, but yeah, I agree with this. We bet it last game. It was super unlucky. I got home with the PRA, but I would personally like the PRA, especially if you're only asking for 2 assists. So I would personally play that. It's only up on Prop Builder. But yeah, Mark Williams. I mean, we played that. D-Mitch PRA. So the thing is, Indy's going to blitz him. They've been blitzing a ton recently. Let's see. Opponents shooting, catch and shoot. So Indy, where are they with catch and shoots loud? I guess they aren't super high. Pull-ups. Yeah, Pacers are allowing one of like the 5th fewest pull-ups made, the 4th fewest pull-up shots, 5th fewest pull-up frequency. So for Mitchell, I don't know. Mitchell's not super reliant on because he has Garland by his side, right? So he is a pick and roll handler. He does that the most for sure. And that's really not this is going to be lower because they were playing drop to start the year. Now they're barely allowing pull-ups at all. So, and I guess they've actually been a decent transition defense. Yeah, but if you guys, look at this. So if you remember the Pacers last year, they allow the fewest or like the 4th fewest points per game to spot up now. And then if you go to like last year, if you look at it, spot up. They were literally like dead last in spot up. So their scheme is like completely different. And they started off the year by running the same like bullshit scheme where they just like let everyone go for 50, and then they finally said, okay, we're stopping this shit. So yeah, now like isolation's kind of low, pick and roll handlers like trending down big time, and spot ups trending up big time. So let's see, it's in Cleveland. Let's say you said PRA. I mean, assist would kind of make sense. That 5.5. Let's see. So 31.5 PRA for D Mitch. That seems insanely low, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I guess somehow he's only averaging 32 PRA. What did he average last year? 36.3. Yeah. Oh no, 38. Yeah. So I mean, Donovan Mitchell obviously like didn't regress. He played like shit against OKC. That's fine. Man, it's just like it's in Cleveland. Cleveland just been blowing out teams left and right, dude. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell is way better than a 31.5 PRA. I don't think the matchup's like perfectly ideal for him. Like the pure spot up guys are definitely like in a better spot. I don't know, man. I think I'd probably leave it. I don't think you have a crazy edge here. If you could like guarantee that the game Mitchell finna close the game because it's close, like yeah. But do you trust the Pacers to stay competitive? I don't personally. I think the Cavs are just like an absolute wagon. So I'd probably stay away from D Mitch, to be honest. Embiid points. Okay, we can check that out. Okay, I'll give out before I touch on the points. One of my favorite leans is Embiid under 9.5 rebounds. Just he hasn't played in like it's gonna be 8 days now. Embiid just like he seems like he's always out of shape. Like when he takes like a little time off. I don't know what his minutes are gonna be. I would assume that they're pretty close to full, but I mean he also just did have to miss a shit ton of games. Like 3 games, I think it was. So yeah, man. I mean, I really think that Embiid under makes sense, and also like Magic allowed the second fewest rebounds, like the fewest over the last 15 games. So I do have a pretty strong lean on Embiid under 9.5. I think there's a lot of variance with Embiid today, but yeah, when you like think about the Magic, I mean, let's see, they foul a lot. They do foul a fair bit. They don't really double a ton. Like they really like to take away spot ups and let their guys go 1-on-1, which is great. I mean, so that's really good for Embiid. 26.5 is definitely a low line for Embiid. The Magic, this game should be close. I don't know, especially if Embiid plays, it should be close, right? I mean, Magic are still down. Like, let's see, is Suggs a game time decision? I'm not sure. Still down Franz, which is important. I lean over on points, but I would proceed with caution. Just because, dude, I don't know, man. Like, he might be in bullshit shape. He might be not playing full minutes, I guess. And I don't know. I lean over for sure. Like 26.5 for Embiid. Don't get me wrong, guys. Because this was in like a blowout. This was in a blowout. That's 28-28 back-to-back blowouts. Close game. He played 37. Scored 37. Close game. Scored 32. Close game, scored 27 against Boston, got ejected. Then he had 34. Like he's like completely back, right? Let's see, he missed a couple games and then came back and dropped 31. So yeah, actually, yeah, I think the over points make sense. But yeah, I think there is like questions. Just like don't be super pissed if he comes out and is like in terrible shape. And yeah, Kai ride the Collier assist wagon. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be honest. Let's see. It's kind of getting juiced now. Let's see. What's it at? Yeah, it's getting pretty juiced. Oh, not really. Just only at. Yeah, I mean, let's see. What did he end with? Like I said, they don't have potentials there. Honestly, I was watching the game in the second half, and they kind of started to take the ball out of his hands a fair bit in the second half. He had 6 in the first half, and then they kind of started to, yeah, like I said, take the ball out of his hands. I don't hate it, but like I said, the eye test kind of didn't get passed for me in the second half. It did in the first half completely. Just like he was just getting a ton of potentials off of stuff, and like he really doesn't look to score. He just like looks to pass every time. He kind of plays like Ben Simmons, to be honest. Like he'll be in a pick and roll, and it's like you just know he's gonna pass it to someone instead of shoot it. So Yeah, I don't think it's a bad bet. I'm personally not because, like I said, the eye test didn't really get past for me in the second half, and they kind of went to Sexton on ball stuff, and Collier was kind of just like spotting up, which I didn't like. So if they do continue that into the next game, then I think you might be cooked because he did only have 2 second half assists. So yeah, that's just something I noticed from watching the game. But I mean, it might not be a terrible look. Tyler said PJ double double. PJ Washington, I believe. Um, yeah, so rebounds always go crazy. So 7.5, 6.5. Look at that juice, bro. Why do they even have that? Yeah, 7.5 rebounds. Without Luca has been kind of a wagon. Yeah, he's averaging 9.1. He's gonna have to play big minutes here against Denver, and then Jokic. Obviously, he won't be on Jokic. You got Lively on Jokic. He'll be on Aaron Gordon maybe if he starts. I think Aaron Gordon is probable. So that could be a fine because he doesn't really stretch the floor a ton, but he also does crash the glass a fair bit. I mean, yeah, I think that. I mean, yeah, this is a low line. He's good. I think the minutes will have to be pretty high. And if you take out that like bullshit game, yeah, I mean he's averaging 10 rebounds, so why not take the plus money and get the double double? Yeah, PJ, I don't think that's terrible. Yeah, cat threes. I talked about that. I think it's gone. It was such an absurd line. Cat threes is a great parlay leg because I think they already played. See, he got up 8 threes. OKC really guarded him tough in 2 matchups. He played again. Yeah, OKC they played him twice, but it's like they play against a drop. It's like a drop team. So yeah, Cat's gonna absolutely cook like a center like Brooke Lopez, um, with threes and stuff. Let's see. Is there anything else? I mean, yeah, there's nothing really else to say about that. Just like literally any traditional big that like kind of plays drop, Cat is gonna get a ton of threes up against. 24 out of 36 hit rate. I mean, and then we could take away like three pointers attempted. He had 8 against the Bucks. See, when he has like 4 attempted, I mean, look at that shit, bro. 21 out of 24. This is like a great parlay piece. I actually was very close to playing Hart 8 rebounds and Cat 2 threes. I think it was minus 106 at FanDuel. So I think that's like a really good look too for sure. Let me quick talk about a lean of my own. I think that Deuce McBride lines are just like way too suppressed. We can go to with Cat and Brunson. I mean, I just don't know what they're doing. I think, and then also it's like you go to catch and shoot last 15 games. Deuce is mostly a catch and shoot guy. Yeah, Bucks are literally allowing the highest catch and shoot frequency over the last 15 games. So I don't really get this line. He played 20 minutes. First game back from, like, he did have like that little hamstring issue. I feel like Tibbs is like, but this is, I mean, what's he been playing? Yeah, they got blown out, hamstring issue. Yeah, I think that Deuce just is like way too low at 6.5 personally. I mean, he's averaging 9.7 points with Cat and Brunson, and I believe OG Josh and let's see with Josh too. Yeah, 9.5 points per game, over in 20 out of 27. Great matchup with how the Bucks are defending catch and shoots recently. So yeah, I think that Deuce is in a great spot. Shit just opened up 13.5. Wait, what are you talking about? What opened 13.5? What, Tyler? Can you comment what opened 13.5? I'm just a little bit confused. Pablo jumping, yeah, from I know, dude. But that's what I'm saying, bro. That 17.5 line was so bad, dude. It was actually terrible. Uh, yeah, but Paulo, dude, honestly, like I kind of like Paulo's points here because he played 28 minutes. He's young. Or 27 minutes, dude. He just like his volume's gonna be so absurd, bro. Like, look at this shit: 21 shots and 10 free throws, 8 threes in 27 minutes. Now they're playing Philly, who like what? Embiid's not gonna blitz. Embiid can't fucking blitz because he's not mobile enough. So whether it's like pull ups, catch and shoots, like they're gonna be like allowing that shit. Like they're just not going to be able to blitz him, I don't think. And like, who's their point of attack defender going to be? Like Caleb Martin, like Yabusele. I don't know, bro. Yabusele's not quick enough for Paulo, I don't think. Even though I think Yabu could actually maybe be a fair defender on him. But like, yeah, guys. I mean, like his lines, Paulo's shit without Franz. We could go back here. Off the court. Where's Franz? Yep. So now we have like a little higher minute sample size too. Paulo's usage rate without Franz is 43%, bro. 43.7%. His fucking field goal attempts per 36, 25.5. His free throws, 15. I mean, guys, like, what the hell? Dude, look at this, bro. Look at his points. 39.62 points per 36 without Franz. I mean, yes, guys, what's his field goal percentage? 49, 40. So yeah, it's gonna regress a little bit. And like obviously the shots are gonna regress a little bit, but I mean, bro, 23.5 feels like mad low for Paulo. Maybe I'm tripping. I really don't think I am, dude. Even like rebounds is kind of a good spot if Embiid plays, right? Because it's like Goga and Wendell and whoever's on him will be like contesting a shit ton of shots and playing a lot of defense. So I could see like PRA even because yeah, if they go zone, Paulo could rack up some assists, 33.5. Let's see, 34.5. Like, because what's his? Yeah, Paulo's averaging like good rebounds too and stuff. What's his PR at? Yeah, Paulo is still. I still think Paulo stuff is good, dude. Goga under, yeah, oh for sure. Goga is just, and Goga could get into foul trouble too, for sure, like easily. And then Wendell's a fine defender too. Let's see, 20.5. Let me quick check this out. What was his? What's Goga's usage with Paulo on? %. Maybe we could do. And then Embiid's just gonna sit and drop. So it's like Goga's. It's actually kind of a tough matchup for him to score. Let's go like 15 to, what was it? 18, 15 to 21. Let's like what was he doing with Franz? So with Franz, let's see. What's his minutes? 20. So he played 30 minutes, 23 minutes. How can I filter this? I guess because I think this actually makes a fair bit of sense. I think like, yeah, because Wendell's just kind of playing backup for him. First game with Paulo back, 23 minutes. That's really not great. I don't know if he was in foul trouble or not. Yeah, I don't really see him playing more than like 30 minutes, to be honest. So he hasn't, okay. Usage. I could see definitely outs on Goga because it's going to be a bad rebounding matchup regardless. Like, I don't think he used to be getting assists, but it's just like Paulo isolating now. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can see it. I definitely get where you're coming from, Twizzy. Definitely get where you're coming from, though. I'm just doing like a bullshit job of like filtering it. To be honest, I don't know like how to filter this. Let's see, like with Paulo, like he barely even played though. Like he was barely even in the rotation. 8% usage last game. Holy shit, dude. He had an 8% usage. So I mean that's ridiculous. So let me quick actually do this. I mean it's like a 1 game sample size, which kind of sucks ass, but like yeah, why is he gonna get usage, dude? Like he's just gonna be like doing the dirty work and stuff. And I think it is like a really bad matchup. Obviously, probably wait to see if Embiid plays, right? Let's see, they play. Okay, usage. Let's go like. Okay, and then advanced filters. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'd probably leave it alone, I guess. But I definitely get where you're coming from. Like that's like really bad usage. Okay. Sorry, what am I doing? Okay. Paulo PRA, yeah, Kai and I agree. I think it's a good one. Brand PJ Cat 3 threes and PJ 10 boards. Yeah, I like that a ton. Josh Hart. Oh, open up 13.5. Yeah, dude, that's a crazy ass line, dude. Brunson points. So here's the thing, guys. So with the Knicks, I was looking at it, bro. I was looking at it, but I thought about it for like yes, like Milwaukee's like kind of like more of a jump shooting funnel. Like they play a little bit of drop with Brook. They're obviously allowing a ton of catch and shoots, as we can see here. So just like I don't know why I'd bet on Brunson points here. If I'm gonna be completely honest, like he doesn't really have good hit rates. He like, and if they're allowing all these because Brunson's not a catch and shoot guy, and if they're allowing all these catch and shoots, it's like why would I bet on that if like Mikal could randomly spaz, OG could randomly spaz. I do think Josh Hart under points is actually like a great bet, to be honest. It's 14.5, pretty juiced most places besides like DraftKings and ESPN Bet and MGM. But yeah, I mean, just like second fewest points in the paint allowed. If we go to Josh, like 62% of his points are coming there. And yeah, Josh is under in like a lot when everyone plays. Like stays under for the most part. So I think Josh unders make a ton of sense. But yeah, guys, it's like I don't like who. How do you know? I don't know who's gonna spaz here because like I think Cat has a great matchup. I think Mikal does. I think OG does. Brunson does. So it's just like if there's like four people who you think have a good matchup, it's like not really smart to play any of them and to just like fade the guy who you know doesn't have a good matchup, and that's Josh Hart here. So Josh Hart under 14.5 makes a fair bit of sense to me. And yeah, so you said like you said like even like you said Josh or Brunson or like Mikal, it's like well I mean it's tough to choose. So it's like if there's so many people that you think could have a good matchup, it's like I think it's like best to stay away in that point. Jokic PRA, yeah, dude. I mean, I think Jamal Murray left last game too. So like I mean, it seems if when you leave a game due to injury, like you can't return, then you turn around, you have only 1 day of rest. Like it seems like he's probably not going to play. Yeah, Jokic. I had his under points last game, dude. This Nuggets team is so bad, bro. Like they're genuinely atrocious around him. Yeah, he'd be hitting that shit a lot. He'd be going crazy. He's stupid good. And there's 52.5 more. Yeah, it's let's see on the road. Yeah, he's averaging more PRA on the road. I mean, his hit rate's a little bit worse for percentage wise. The Nuggets just suck, dude. Like they can't blow out anyone, so Jokic has to play like 38 minutes every single night. He's I really like his rebounds because if you think about it, Dallas like their pull up shooting is like atrocious. Like without Luka and Kyrie, it's like Dinwiddie and shit. So, I mean, he's just gonna probably be able to sit in a pretty decent, pretty deep drop. Like I don't really see him playing at the level for like what like to force Dinwiddie to pass the ball. Like that doesn't make sense to me. So I think his rebounds make sense too, and then yeah, just points and assists, like whatever they do, it's like all you need is a game to stay close and to be competitive, and the game's in Dallas, and they're missing guys. So I look, bro. To be honest, I just like see a 52.5 PRA line, and I'm like, bro, I'm not playing that shit. Like I'm like pretty mentally blocked with it, but I mean, you can't argue with this at all, and it like I do like it. So yeah. What's up, Goldbeard? No, this is not props.cash. This is props madness. As you can see right here at the top. This is what's different about this is like there's like way more filters, and this is for NBA, but it's like it has with and without filters. It has like minute filters. It has versus play types. So like you can filter out against good matchups, bad matchups with play types versus scoring zones, defensive rating. So this is just like a really elite tool. It actually has like even more stuff like pace, 3-pointers allowed. It's just like this is props madness. I think it's great, and play type analysis. It's just like a very very good tool. One thing I actually do want to say is, since we're on Dallas and Denver, I do have a really strong lean The prop actually hasn't been listed yet, but I'm very confident that we're going to get a really low line for Daniel Gafford because he's played Daniel Gafford. So I get that like Gafford's definitely his stock is trending down, but yeah, he only played 10 minutes last game. He didn't score. He played like shit. He got hurt in the game before, so I feel like his line's just going to be ridiculously low. And yeah, just like with like Lively, dude, he could easily get into foul trouble guarding Jokic, and also like he's just gonna be gassed. Like I feel like it makes more sense to rotate centers against Jokic, just to keep your guys fresh, especially when Gafford really isn't like he's not better than Lively, obviously, but yeah, I just think that it makes sense to rotate centers here, and I think Gafford makes a ton of sense. Nuggets, Jokic has terrible rim protection. Pick and roll man's a pretty good matchup. Let's see. Yeah. So I think Gafford just is going to be interesting to see if he's a nice buy low. You don't bet NFL. I do bet NFL, but no, I don't know any platforms like props, man. This NFL is like weird, man. It's tough to like find like really good data, and it's like I use like fantasy points, but dude, there's just like some stuff like I don't even like. Sometimes I don't trust the data if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like man and zone, like people are like, oh yeah, they play more man. It's like they play the most man in the league, and then you like look at it, it's like, oh, they play man 30% of the time, and like most teams are around like 15%. So like, how big of an edge is that and stuff? So yeah, NFL, NFL's tough to bet, dude. I feel like a lot of it's like narrative-y and coach speak and stuff like that, and recent trends with snap counts and routes and stuff. So yeah, I don't know anything like props madness with NFL. I think that would be a very good tool if like everything kind of just came to one with like an NFL tool though. LaVine 4.5 assists. So honestly, dude, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one, just because Kobe White's questionable and like obviously that's gonna like change a handicap a ton. Has he been dropping dimes? Yeah, I don't know, man. LaVine's not really a 4.5 assist guy. Kind of. Are you thinking? I don't know. This line seems high just off rip, and Kings probably will put Sabonis at the level, but it's like you're gonna have to rely on dudes hitting threes because they don't allow stuff in the paint, which isn't good for like easy assists. So yeah, I think that this is maybe like even like a lean under, to be honest. Breakout. So we can go to actually, and sorry, I'm actually gonna quick stay on this game. One play I will have is like I'm gonna play the under regardless, probably as long as it doesn't like drop. I want to fade Giddey. Giddey's very reliant on transition. Kings are the best transition defense. This line's pretty high for Giddey in the first place. I mean, I get that his minute floor is kind of safe without Io, but yeah, and then the Kings just don't allow a ton of rebounds either. They allow the third fewest points to the paint. So Giddey obviously does most of his stuff in the paint. 60% of his points are in the paint, and transition is like his number one play type by far. Or yeah, and that's how he gets a lot of assists too. So I think that's like a really bad matchup for Giddey personally, and I'll probably end up fading him. But just waiting for like the Kobe White news to settle and stuff like that, and for, like the lines to settle. Yeah, Aaron Gordon. I'm not so sure. He injured his calf earlier this year. I believe it was his calf, and came back. He only played 24 minutes in the first game. So he is averaging 8.8, but I mean he's definitely averaging more than 24 minutes on the year. So I wouldn't really touch Gordon stuff personally. Just like if he's gonna play 24 minutes, like it's probably a good line. Lively rebounds. Yeah, 8.5. Like I said, I think that Gafford plays like I'm probably gonna buy low on Gafford. If you're guarding Jokic, you're playing a ton of defense. You're just contesting a ton of shots. Like, yeah, you don't really have to be spaced a ton. His minutes, I don't know. Foul trouble's a risk for sure. I totally get it, right? Like you want Lively on Jokic more than you want him on Gafford. And like there's gonna be a center on the court the whole time. They're never gonna go small. So if you think like Gafford plays 16 minutes or 18 minutes and then Lively gets like 30, and then you could filter. So yeah, I mean, Lively makes sense for sure, dude, for sure. And then no Luca. Yeah, I already have that filtered. So yeah, definitely makes sense. Like I said, I think that I have in my head that I want to buy low on Gafford, so that's probably what I'm going to do. Tatum with Porzingis. Let's check that out. This could be a massive blowout, guys. Just a heads up. Like the Pelicans, vibes are kind of low. Zion got suspended and shit. He's about to play for being lazy. Yeah, holy shit. I guess we could even just do with just Kristaps. So Kristaps is gonna play drop on Misi because he's gonna be on Misi and stuff. But yeah, you can't argue with this at all. This line does feel a tad bit short with Kristaps. For sure. Let's see, what are Pelicans? Yeah, really bad rebounding team. Who's he gonna? Well, Tatum might guard Zion. I don't know. Because if he's guarding Trey Murphy, to be honest, that's kind of bad. I don't know if he would do that. Like I doubt he won't guard CJ or DeJounte. Or honestly, Kristaps might, but Kristaps is gonna get crushed if he guards Zion. Yeah, Pelicans, yeah, though. But like I said, even last 15, fifth most rebounds allowed. Good hit rates, yeah. You can't argue with that. Just know there is a pretty big blowout risk in this one. 150 for the picks. Yeah, I mean you're getting so I do my research and send out my picks before I go live. It's 150 a week, so you can cancel whenever. It's not expensive. I personally, the reason why it's 150 is not because it's not worth, like it's not my product's not valuable. It's like not worth a lot. It's because personally I struggle with like my mental health when I'm charging people like $10 or more a month, and then I go on like a bad run, like I feel really bad when I know people are tailing me religiously and I'm charging them for that and I'm like losing the money. So like mentally I can't handle losing streaks when I'm charging people like significant money. So I just like doing the 150 a week. People can get out whenever they want, and it's not like it's like what it ends up being like $6 a month or something if you stay in. So yeah, you're getting all the picks. You're getting the picks like I'm giving you guys widely available lines. I'm giving like a lot of people give out just like random lines that are not widely available on like that are openers. So what happens when you give out openers is that first of all, if you have limited accounts, which you will eventually get if you bet a lot and you bet a lot of openers, like you can't actually bet the amount of money you want. So I give out lines that are widely available on books that are like that, like you'll be able to get down whatever amount of money you want to bet. And you also shouldn't be getting limited since I'm not betting openers. So yeah, I think that's what, and then obviously when you do that, like you're not going to have as good of a record as someone who does bet openers and does snipe out individual lines. So yeah, I try to make it fair for like the people who I'm giving out plays to, so that like you can actually get the same line or a very similar line and you can bet as much as you want. So it's like not deceiving. So like my record, I believe, is like around plus 31 units, and like you actually should be able to be up close to $3,000 if you've been tailing me this year. So that's kind of what you get with mine. And also there's a chat that you can interact with me. You can request to speak. There's like a channel that says you just type in it and like you can plan a one-on-one meeting if you want to like learn anything about betting or how to grow on Twitter, how to become better and just like pick my brain, I guess, or if you just want to chat, to be honest. So yeah, that's what you get for the 150 week. Yeah, I feel you. Do you have any NFL leans? No, I've been completely disengaged with the NFL. I couldn't even tell you like if someone's hurt or not. I feel like Jokic lines aren't high enough. Yeah, I mean, dude, you're not wrong, bro. You really aren't wrong. Like he's absurd. Like to win a game, it feels like he has to drop 35, 15, and 10, right? And that's what 60 PRA, and they're still 52.5. Kai, yeah, you're not wrong, bro. Especially if Murray's out. I mean, he's unguardable. He's his teammates suck, and every game is like competitive. Like the thing is, like the only reason why Jokic, like okay, let me quick go back. The only reason why Jokic like hasn't been doing this his whole career, because he's been good enough to do it, it's because Jokic doesn't try when he doesn't have to. But his team's so bad that he has to try like every single game. Like guys, Jokic only averaged 26.4 in the regular season last year. He only averaged 47.7 PRA. The only difference between now and then, because it's like pretty much is that the team sucks and Jamal Murray's regressed, so he actually has to like try his ass off every single game. Like what's he averaging? What's he averaging this year? 54.5 PRA. If we go to games where he plays 32 plus minutes, so let's just filter out the games that were blowouts, because actually, okay, in a non-blowout, he's playing. So, okay, he played 38 against Brooklyn last game, and that was a 19-point win. But okay, realistically, he's playing 34 plus. So in non-blowouts, which this game shouldn't be, he's averaging 56.9 PRA. You know what, dude, Kai, I'm gonna join you on this. Jamal Murray might not play either. He's gonna have to go like ridiculously try hard. The Mavericks aren't blowing out shit, but also the Nuggets aren't blowing out shit. This is gonna be a close game. Kai, I don't know if you're in my Discord. I don't think you are. Kai, shoot me a DM on Twitter. I got you. Official play, Jokic. Yeah, this is too low. You're right. It is too low. He has the ball every single time. Jamal Murray sucks, and he's also injured. Left the game last game. He's gonna have to go stupid. So what's he? 53.5. We don't want that at DraftKings. There's 52.5 out there. ESPN, FanDuel. Okay, the FanDuel line. I also, guys, I mean, I used to track MGM lines, but those lines are extremely stale and stink. So I stopped doing that as well. Okay, Jokic 52.5 PRA, minus 111 FanDuel. Kai, shout out to you. Sometimes, hey, Kai, sometimes I just have to hear that, right? Sometimes I just have to hear, yeah, it's ridiculously high, but it genuinely isn't high enough, and you're not wrong. If we get a close game, like 34 plus, even like he's going to play 36, right? But 34 plus, yeah, just like look at that, man. He's too good. Murray's banged up. Murray's washed. Nikola Jokic. Like Russell Westbrook is like dead ass playing is like better than Jamal Murray. Like, and I'm not even kidding when I say that. Russ just like you put the ball in Russ's hands, bro. He'll actually like make shit happen. Like Jamal Murray just like can't like I don't know if he's just like not in good shape anymore or has had like too many injuries, but he just does not move good. Like I don't know, man. See, like and the script is out on how to stop Jamal Murray. You just pressure him. You have someone pick him up full court, and he is just like gonna gas out. He's gonna take like he's barely gonna get the ball up the court in 8 seconds. And yeah, okay. So Jokic over 52.5 PRA is an official play, guys. I don't know if you guys want me to put up a banner or anything, but I mean, if you can hear it, then yeah, Jokic and hold up. I actually bet it myself. Yeah, this should just be a good game environment, you know. Two pretty equal teams. Okay, sweet. Yep, Jokic over 52.5 PRA. Josh Allen, I guess. Ben double. Oh, Ben Simmons. Someone in my Discord just said Ben Simmons double. I would not rely on Ben Simmons to score points personally. I heard this Discord is a ghost town. My Discord, yeah. I mean, my Discord's not like popping. I don't really care if it's popping or not. I just send my plays in there, bro. Bro fell off so hard. Did you get a black eye from your bookie UO? Tommy, you're funny, man. Tommy Tingleberry. Simone Esposito. Yeah, Hartenstein rebounds. That makes sense. I mean, the Wizards give up a shit ton of rebounds, right? Let's see. You are playing with the blowout fire, that's for sure. Yeah, great hit rates, really good hit rates, and really good matchup. Let's see, rebounds allowed, dead last. He had 11 rebounds in 27 minutes. Like I said, you are playing with like the low minute fire because I just don't see a world where Dagenalt's going to play him, you know, 36 minutes. I think that like a similar game was Charlotte, which was a semi-close game. He had 25 minutes out. This was that Hornets team without. Let's see. I don't see him playing more than 30 minutes, even though you can still get him there. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm probably just not going to play it. This reeks of a game where Shea's going to play 30 minutes, Hartenstein's going to play 26 minutes, J-Dub's going to play 30 minutes and stuff like that. So I mean, you could do that. Opening. What do you mean, Tommy? I do get the best number. Can you see this right here, buddy? I definitely get the best number. I just don't bet openers because it's like if you send out openers and people pay you to bet openers, you're basically paying someone to get your account limited. Like, yeah, cool, it might be good in the short term, but if you care about account longevity at all, it's really stupid to bet overnight lines because even dude, you could literally lose the bets, like and you'll have 2 points of CLV and you'll get limited. So unless you have like unlimited account access, I'd say it said if you can win like I can win without betting openers. So I just don't do that. If you limited doesn't mean you limit on live betting and other sports on that sport book. It depends on the book, but yeah, for the most part. Yeah, Tommy Tingleberry, bro. Bro is taking plays from the chat while charging for the plays. Lol. Drop the Pickett then. Dude, I don't use Pickett. I use Excel. Do you want to see my Excel, bud? Let me quick open this shit up. So I didn't track yesterday. Okay, let's screen share my Excel. Do you really want to see it? This troll's riling me up. Application window. Tracking. Okay, so this is actually a little bit higher. To be honest, I didn't track yesterday. Yesterday was 3-1. Here we go, 12.1% ROI, which is going to be a little bit higher. Units, which is going to be a little bit higher. Record is 133-91. Here is everything. I don't lie about this shit. If I was lying about this shit, I wouldn't be having stretches where I went, what is this? 4 losses, 2-11. So I went on a 2-11 stretch. Let's see. I also went on a crazy winning streak. But here you go, buddy. If you want to see proof that I tend to win a little bit more than I lose in the NBA. Let's see. It has to be a troll account, yeah. Because so many scammers. Yeah, dude. I mean, Tommy, you're not wrong. There's a lot of scammers. I mean, people will have like 2,000 followers on Twitter. They made their Twitter account like 4 months ago or something, and then Dub Club reaches out to them and like, why wouldn't you like try to charge for picks and stuff? I guess it's money, right? So yeah, there's a lot of scammers. I seriously, so yeah, like I said, I didn't update this from yesterday, but yeah, this is my Excel. This is where I track everything. As you can see, I was pretty ass at NFL. Let's see if anyone cares about this, but this is my NFL futures. I'm still waiting on Dobbins comeback player of the year, which is probably not going to hit. So made a little bit of money on futures, but I was ass on NFL. Lost 7.02 units, minus 3.2 ROI. So yeah, like I said, I'm transparent. I don't lie about this stuff. Like, dude, if I lied about stuff, like why would I show that I lost 7.2 units, you know? It's not good for getting people to pay you money for picks, right? So yeah. Tyler said, yeah, Ty shut his ass up. No, I think Tommy's just, playing fun. Like I think he is just like, there's a lot of scammers. I respect Tommy Tingleberry. Okay. Do we have any other plays you want me to go through? Because I've been live for about an hour now. And yeah. If there's any other plays you guys want me to go through, let's see. Was there any other leans that I just like didn't get to? Booker points, I think makes sense. Guys, Hornets are playing ridiculously deep drop. They did so against Booker last game, and they won. They won the game, right? Booker at 39. I don't really see them switching much up. Booker at 39 points against Charlotte, 26 and a half. There's actually 25 and a half out there. And I think this is like a really good play. Yeah. Then so yeah, I think that Booker makes sense. And like LaMelo's playing, so hopefully the game has a better chance of staying close and stuff. So yeah. Let's see. Nah, you actually have to do your due diligence because you have people like, dude, there's way more people than CLD aim and stuff scamming. There's so many people scamming, bro. It's like no one is just completely honest about their record. Most people inflate their records too a little bit too. Like I said, if you're like the opening stuff, like your record is supposed to mean, like in my opinion, how your record and your units year to date is supposed to be reflective of around how many units someone else could make if they're tailing. And if you're betting openers, it's just like that's not realistic for people who bet $100+ on props and stuff, to actually do that. So there's a lot of inflating, a lot of scamming going on for sure. I try to be transparent about it. I try to try to just like be informative and transparent. So yeah, I don't know why this Jonas Valanciunas shit is up. Okay, and then who was the? It was Kai. Yeah, Kai. Make sure you sent me a DM on Twitter for the Discord stuff because, like I said, you left a comment. I ended up playing it, so love to see that. Do esports next. I don't know anything about esports. I feel like that's not smart to bet on esports personally. How can you have an edge on people gaming? Okay, well, I think that's about to do it. I appreciate everyone for dropping a ton of comments. This was super nice. If you guys are on YouTube, a subscribe and like before you guys leave really would go a long way for me for trying to support what I'm trying to do with this content and stuff. And yeah, I mean, it's really good for the algorithm, really good for just like supporting me on my journey to try to make something out of content creation, So I really do greatly appreciate it if you were to like and subscribe. And yeah, every comment, including Tommy Tingleberry's comments, I do really appreciate it because you give me stuff to talk about. You give me stuff for the algorithm. Shows YouTube that people are engaged. So Tommy, I appreciate you a ton. You left some weird comments, but do appreciate it. And yeah, of course, everyone who dropped the plays too. I greatly appreciate that. Gives me a ton to talk about. My 4 plays were Simmons over 7.5 assists. Halliburton under 9.5 assists, good to 8.5. I'd probably just play it for a half unit instead and make sure you're getting plus money on that. Valanciunas over 9.5 points, and then Jokic over 52.5 PRA via Kai. So yeah, that's gonna do it. Everyone, hopefully you have a good Sunday. Let's make some money today.